So Arsenal's playing Aston Villa on Saturday, and I believe the game is going to be down to the defense. It's going to be whoever have the best defense, they're going to win that match, because we see that both teams have high quality attacking. I know we haven't got any out and out goal scorer in our team. I fully understand. Gabriel Jesus is not an out and out goal scorer. Nketiah kind of is, but he's not good enough on this level. And we see that Aston Villa has Ollie Watkins as well as Leon Bailey. They've been on top form, scoring lots of goals this season. So it's going to be down to the defense. Who can keep the defensive record? Because even though we haven't got a goal scorer in our team, like a recognized goal scorer, everyone in our team has been contributing. And this is the stat I'm talking about. When you take a look at Arsenal, we've scored 33 goals. Bear in mind, we haven't got an out-and-out goal scorer, and we still managed to score 33 goals. Now, when you take a look at Aston Villa, they only scored 34. Having Ollie Watkins in their team, they've only scored 34 goals. So only one more than us. Having an out-and-out striker, having Liam Bailey bang on form, they've only outscored us by 1 goal. But when you take a look at the defensive now, we've got 14 conceded, and basically 2 of those goals shouldn't even count because it's because of David Raya. So we've got 14, Liverpool's got 14 conceded. So Arsenal and Liverpool have the best defensive record in the league this season. Now when you take a look at Aston Villa, Aston Villa has conceded 20 goals. So we see that there's a 6 goal difference in terms of conceded goals. But there's only a 1 goal difference in terms of the goals scored for. So it's going to be a slugfest. It's going to be a slug match. So it's going to be down to who defend the best. When Aston Villa keeps slugging, keep attacking, put us under pressure, put us in the storms, will we be able to ride those bad weathers? Will we be able to cope with the pressure that they're going to put us on? Is our defense strong enough? When it comes down to Aston Villa, is their defense strong enough to cope with our attacking display with Bukayo Saka, Gabriel Martinelli, Leandro Trossard if he plays, or Kai Havertz, or Martin Odegaard, or a little late header from Declan Rice? That is the question we need to ask ourselves, and that's the question that Aston Villa need to answer on Saturday. Now, some people may be wondering, how can you be talking about defense when you conceded 3 goals on Tuesday? But once again, I'll go down to the keeper error. 2 of those goals are keeper's error. Now, and on the other hand, we have to bear in mind that this is a different test. Luton was a separate test from Aston Villa. They play totally different. Luton have bare ringers in their team. They've got a lot of tall players, aggressive, strong players in their team. So it was a different type of game compared to Aston Villa. We've got a bigger team than Aston Villa. Aston Villa have their defensive line is they're tall, but apart from their defensive line coming forward, midfield is short, wingers are short, and striking department short. So when it comes down, when you check our midfield, we've got Declan Rice, taller than their midfield, Kai Havertz, taller than their midfield, and even the centre backs, they're on level with theirs as well. So that's what I'm saying. That when it comes down to tall players, we are beating Aston Villa in terms of tall and aggressive players. But when it comes down to Luton, this is why they played a different game. This is why I have to play different. Now, when we play against Aston Villa, we play the same way. We play similar, very, very similar. So that's why I'm saying that it's going to be a match of slugfest. People might say, oh, Luton is bottom 4. Once again, it's not about bottom 4 sometimes. We see that Liverpool went there and draw. It's not about just being bottom 4. And Liverpool scored 30. Liverpool scored more goals than us. 1 more goals than us. 1 more goals than us. So it's not about where the team is. It's about what kind of game plan they're going to come with, how they're going to play. And we passed the test against Luton, even though it was a difficult test. Now, I believe that this match is going to be our most difficult match of the season. When I was saying that the same thing about Man City, but to see how Man City decline this season is shocking. Very, very shocking. Now, I know they miss Kevin De Bruyne. I know some matches they miss Rodri, but that's no excuse. Every team are without some of their best players at times. We see every team right now are going through an injury after injury after injury. We are no different. So that's no excuse. The Man City team, they're a world-class team, so they should be able to cope under pressure. But we see that City has been struggling, and Aston Villa went there and basically got a nice victory, and they should have probably even win by more. So Aston Villa is going to be our toughest match of the season. They play similar to us. They've conceded a few goals compared to other teams, not compared to us, but they've outscored us as well. So it's going to be a very, very tough match, and they have very gifted players, technically gifted, tactically gifted. It's going to be an awesome match. Whether we're on the winning or losing end, hopefully it's on the winning end, it's going to be a tough match. Now, I believe that we need to watch 2 players, and especially for this match, 2 players. The first one we have to watch is Luiz. We have to Declan Rice has to be the one, either Declan Rice or Martin Odegaard. Someone needs to take charge of closing him down, because we see that he's got lots of goals, and some of it are from outside the box. He takes shots outside the box, so we have to close him down very quickly, not give him the chance to have a shot outside the box. And this is it, that sometimes when teams may defend deeper because they don't want that pass, because Tielemans is playing right behind the striker, so Tielemans is a very good pass of the ball. So teams are trying to defend the passing lanes, cutting out the passing lanes from Tielemans and McGinn when he plays, or whoever in midfield that may get that ball through. A defensive line is trying to cut it out, but then when they do that, they leave the space for Luis to run onto and have a shot on goal. So that's something that I believe is going to be very dangerous on the weekend. We have to cut that lane out for Luis. Don't give him a shot, because he's very good at taking shots outside the box. That's one of his speciality. We need to bear that in mind. Now, the next thing we have to bear in mind is Ollie Watkins. Ollie Watkins have a knack of running near post, or have a knack of doing that early, because he's very quick, he's got pace. I know William Saliba can keep up, but it's the fact that if he get a yard off William Saliba, he's going to score that goal. And we have to watch out for them early crosses. Aston Villa do a lot of early crosses to Watkins, and Watkins either get a tap in or it misses him, go to Liam Bailey having a shot on goal and score. So we have to watch out for that early cross from the left hand side, especially. Sometimes they will come from the right, but Liam Bailey most of the time want to cut in on his left foot, having a shot on goal or passing in the middle. But when it comes down to the left hand side, whether it's the wing back, whether it's the left back, whether it's the left winger, they're gonna have a chance to have early crosses on goal. So our right back, Ben White, has to be on key, because in the last match I believe that Ben White could have defended Ross Barkley's goal a bit better than he did, but that wasn't to be. But hopefully this match Ben White will be improved and be more defensively assured. Now, this is what I believe the formation would look like. As I said before, you see Tielemans right behind Ollie Watkins. This is what I'm very, very, very I'm worried about. Tielemans a very good pass off the ball, very good retention of the ball, and playing right in that little hole Odegaard used to play. For me, it's going to be very dangerous. You see Liam Bailey, he limped off the match. I don't know if he's going to be 100% fit, but if he's fit, he's another danger man. It's going to be Ollie Watkins, Tielemans, and Liam Bailey, the three danger man. But I'm more so worried about Douglas Luiz shot from outside the box, and Ollie Watkins early crossing header and target on our goal. So these are things. Camera has been very good defensively as well. So yeah, it's going to be, I don't see any weakness in Aston Villa's team. John McGinn from the left-hand side with the crosses, I don't see any weaknesses. Man, it's going to be a tough match. So when you take a look at Aston Villa lost 10 matches in all competition, they have only lost dropped points in 2 matches, and that's to Nottingham Forest, which they lost 2-0, and that's to Bournemouth, which they draw. So apart from that, they've won the last 10 matches. They won 8 of their last 10 matches, I should say, in all competition, and that's a scary, I would say, momentum to basically a scary time in their phase, because of their momentum to be playing them, because whenever we play teams like this, they're going to be coming, they're going to be hitting, they're going to be coming hard, and this is something that we have to be wary of, because confidence is a big deal in football. Confidence can bring you a long way. Confidence, ability, man, those two mixtures are deadly, and we're going to be facing Aston Villa on the back of them winning against Man City. You know they're going to be gassed up. So if they beat Man City, you know they're going to come thinking that they can beat us as well. So we need to stamp our authority and let the league recognize us, and let the players and other opponents recognize us as the best team in this league right now. We need to stamp our authority on this league being 6 points clear of Man City, 2 points clear of Liverpool, and 4 points clear of Aston Villa. We need to stamp our authority. So when you take a look at the matches now, these are the matches. We play 50 matches. As what I said before, Arsenal have scored 33, Aston Villa 34, goals conceded 14. We've conceded 14. Aston Villa conceded 20. But the other thing I want to highlight is assists. We've only had 21 assists. Aston Villa had 23, so they have 2 more assists than us. Now that could be for a variety of reasons. It could be because of some of our goals are more independent and not relying on passing and things like these. So that's not too much of a difference maker. So we're going to do some comparison now on the different stats, just for you to be aware of what we're going to be doing now. So that's the first thing we realize, that what the key difference, right, apart from the goal, the concede, and apart from the goal scored, the assists, Aston Villa's got 2 more than us. Now, when we take a look on the attacking phase of the play, we see that Aston Villa basically has more goals per game than us. They've got 2.3 to our 2.2. When you go down to goals inside the box, we've got Aston Villa's got 25 out of 160 chances of shots inside the box. We've got 28. So, and that's another thing. We're more nippy inside the box. We're more tricky because of our players. Liam Bailey is very tricky. Don't get me wrong. Diaby is very tricky. But when it comes down to Bukayo Saka, when it comes down to Martinelli, I believe that we're more tricky inside the box. And Gabriel Jesus, a lot of tricks, a lot of flair, a lot of flicks. And we like to walk the ball in. So, and even so, that's still not a big, massive difference. So, to the goal inside the box, we've got 3 more than them. When it comes down to goal outside the box, they've got 2 more than us, even though we have 3 more shots more than them. So once again, that's what I'm saying. Douglas Luiz is going to be the man to watch out for. But they can't take us lightly either, because Odegaard, that's becoming his speciality. So they've got Douglas Luiz. We've got Odegaard. Odegaard love to take that shot coming from the left-hand side, sweeping it in, whether it's far post, whether it's near post. He loves to do that shot. That's one of his specialities. And also Declan Rice. Declan Rice, I see, is every time he take a shot outside the box, it's either keeper save it or it's a blocked. But he's getting closer and closer to being that. Also with Odegaard joining with having goals outside the box. So they've got Douglas Luiz, we've got Odegaard and Declan Rice. Now, when it comes down to headed goal, they've got 2 and we've got 7. Now, and this is the thing that I'm saying, that we've been improving. Now, it's not just because of Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz has been a revelation in terms of headers, and that's a big difference in our play compared to last season. So if you look at this, that say even 50% of these goals wouldn't have scored if Kai Havertz weren't here in terms of the headers. So Kai Havertz added a lot of aerial ability, and I know that he's going to be scoring more headers as the season goes along, because he's gaining more confidence. But especially Gabriel Jesus, I've been saying in my previous video that he's been improving on his headering ability, and that's why we've scored more headers. So that's another thing, and I believe that one of Aston Villa's weakness is their defensive areas inside the box. When they're defending inside the box in terms of the aerial duels and things like that, I believe that we can win. So it's not just about the defensive, who's going to defend better. It's about Aston Villa defending very well against set pieces, because we've got very tall, aggressive players, and especially in corners. Our corners have been very, very good. We've been scoring a lot of goals from corners, not all the time direct, but indirect corners sometimes we gain a lot from. So Aston Villa needs to, that's one of their job, to understand that. And I know Emery is seeing all these things because he's a very good tactician. Now when it comes down to big chances created, Aston Villa is better, having a 2.9 compared to our 2.5. When it comes down to big chances missed, they've got another, once again they've lead us 1.5 compared to 1.2. When it comes down to shots per game, they've got 15.1, we've got 15.4. So we came out on top of that. We've got more shots than them, but when it comes down to shots on target, they've got more shots on target because of Ollie Watkins' accuracy. Ollie Watkins' accuracy is a lot better than Gabriel Jesus. This is why Ollie Watkins have got 8 goals, I should say, in the Premier League, while Gabriel Jesus only have 2. That makes a lot of difference. Now, when it comes down to dribbling, the dribbling is a bit poor, because we see that we've got Saka, they've got Liam Bailey, we've got Saka. Saka is better than Liam Bailey for me, but yet still they're better in dribbling. And they've got Magin, they've got Liam Bailey, they've got Diaby, they've got Ollie Watkins, they've got Tielemans. These are the attacking players. They've got Douglas Luiz. He's a very good dribbler off the ball as well, from deep, coming going up to attacking phase. But we've also got the same or better ability in those same areas. Martinelli, Saka, Odegaard, Gabriel Jesus, one of the best dribbling attackers in the league. Declan Rice is very good at driving. Kai Havertz is good at driving. So we've got the same as well, but I believe that we need to play more in these we need to dribble more with the ball. We need to do a lot of more carrying, do a lot of ball carrying from midfield up, because most of the time we look for passing. This is why when we play against most teams, we're going to win the passing, because that's what we rely on most of the time. But I believe that we need to improve ball carrying going forward with the ball as well. That's a big area that we need to improve in. As what I said before, literally what I said in a previous slide, that's exactly what we see in this slide. So ball possession, we've got 61% compared to Aston Villa's 52.8. Accurate per game, we've got 497 at an 87.1% rate, while Aston Villa is 408 at an 85%. Accurate own half, we've got 222 at a 92%, while Aston Villa own half is 220 at a 91%. accurate opposition half, we have 279. That's a 80%. Aston Villa having 193 at a 76.4. That's another thing, that Aston Villa won't be having a lot of passing or possession in our half. They're not normally like that, but we are normally like that. If you can check the percentage and the passing rate, we love to play in opposition pass half. Yes, because that's another thing. When it comes down to counter attacks, Aston Villa more than double. Aston Villa at 15 counter attacks. We've only got 6. So the fact that they don't play much or pass much in the opponent's half is a testament to the way they play. It's all systematic. They don't pass much in the opponent's half. They don't play much in the opponent's half in terms of position, because they have their own plan. Their plan is to counter attack. So by having 15 counter attack comparing to our 6, that shows you their game plan. So that's another thing we need to be aware of. Whether it's Zinchenko, whether it's whosoever. I know that Saliba is going to be the deepest one. Saliba and then Gabriel. But Zinchenko needs to be aware of this as well. The counter breaks, the counter attack, because Liam Bailey was the one that scored against City, and it's because of the way he got the ball, dribble inside, and that's going to be Zinchenko's position. Am I worried? Very, very concerned that Zinchenko is going to be marking Liam Bailey, because, man, that's going to be a mismatch. It's going to be an absolute mismatch, because Zinchenko is very poor at defending, but hopefully he's been improving, so hopefully he will once again show us that quality. I know he's disappointed for giving away the goal, mistake, give away the goal, but hopefully he will learn from that and he will be better in this match if he plays. We might play Kivio, but I can't see Kivio will defend, but it wouldn't give us nothing going forward, and that we need someone to be able to go forward to bring Liam Bailey backwards in terms of backtracking, because if we're not attacking down that side, if our left back not attacking and not coming in midfield, inverting in midfield and having much possession, then that's going to give Liam Bailey free reins to stay high up the pitch. But if we have Zinchenko inverting in and going down the line, then Liam Bailey has to be weary. Can't really go forward too much, because you have to bear in mind that he can't leave a big gap or leave his right back unprotected, so he's going to always have to be tracking back. When it comes down to crosses, we've got more crosses, 5.3 compared to theirs, 4.7. So that's what I'm saying. They're not good at aerial balls, and they know this is why they stick to their game plan. While we know, because of Kai Havertz's introduction in the team, we're starting to cross a lot more. Trossard, if it's Trossard that's playing, is still very gifted at arriving at the far post. When Saka having that curling, Havertz, Trossard is very good at arriving late and scoring vital goals at the far post. So whether it's Trossard or Havertz, that aerial ability still counts. Even though it's not with Trossard's head, his late runs, it still counts as a crossing or effective crossing, right? So that's very good for us going forward in this match. We've got different ways to play and different ways to draw Aston Villa out. So when you check the defensive stats now, we are more dominant in defensive, because this is why we were considered a lot less than them. We've considered 6 less. When you take a look on clean sheets, absolutely magnificent. My defense have been key. Forget about the keepers. Forget about David Raya, because he's been absolutely poor, dreadful. But my defense, William Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, sometimes Zinchenko, Tomiyasu, Takahiro Tomiyasu, our superhero from Japan, he's been absolutely superb this season. We've got 6 clean sheet, goals conceded per game, 0.9 compared to Aston Villa, 1.3, and they've got only 3 clean sheets. When it comes down to tackle per game, 15.6 compared to this, 15.3, not far off, not a big difference in terms of tackle per game. Interceptions per game, we've got 7.6 compared to this, 7.1. So all of those 4 stats that I've mentioned so far, Arsenal's been winning. Now this is where Aston Villa is starting to get into the picture in terms of their defensive display. Clearance per game, they've got 12.9. Save per game, they've got 2.9 compared to ours, 1.4. Now, to me, that's not a big stat. That's not a big deal, because in order to have more saves, sometimes it's because you face more shots. So that's not a big telltale to say that Martinez, and you know that Martinez came from us, right? He came from us. We was the one that grew him and made him into the keeper he is today. Now he's playing for Aston Villa. And yes, he's having more saves, but that could be because the defensive is so rubbish. Well, not rubbish, because they have an average defense, I would say, in terms of goal conceded this season. But because their defense is so average, they're going to have, the keeper is going to face more shots. So he's going to have the potential to have more saves than Raya or Ramsdale. The fact that we face fewer shots, that in itself tell you that our defensive line makes the keeper looks good. Now, when it comes down to ball recovery, they're better at recovery than us, because they've got 54.6 compared to our 53.5. Now, shots error leading to shots, error leading to goal. 1 error leading to a shot, 3 error leading to a goal. That's good in the grand scheme of things, especially by the way they play. They play passing sometimes from the back. And when Emery was for Arsenal, you know that's one of the nerviest time when Unai Emery is asking Bert Leno and the Cole and the likes to be passing out from the back. Anzin moment. So he went to Aston Villa. Kind of does that sometimes, not all the time. But when it comes down to Arsenal, our shots, errors leading to shots, 5. Errors leading to goal, 5. So every error that leaded to a shot leaded to a goal, and that's poor. I know that it's because of the way we play. The way that we play leaves us vulnerable to for ball to be intercepted and to have a shot on goal. But this is that we need to, and most of the time it's Zinchenko. Most of the time it's Zinchenko, because he's trying to do some tricks and flips sometimes right on the edge of the box when it's not needed sometimes. Yes, when it comes off, it looks nice, but you have to do risk management. Anyone that knows about risk management understand that, listen, you're right in front the goal. You're literally, if you lose the ball, they're going to have a shot on goal. And even if it's not a goal, the fact that you're doing that right there shows me that you're not dependable, shows me that you're not responsible. You can't be captain doing things like that. You need to be more secure. If you want to do things like that, wait till you're on the halfway line, wait till you're in the opponent's half, then you can do your tricks and flares. But right on the edge of sometimes it's in our own box. I see him trying to drop the shoulder. Yes, you can do that, but I don't like to see Zinchenko do it because of his history of doing, letting basically teams get the ball from him, having shots on goals, scoring goals. So it's not just Zinchenko, but he's the main one. He's the villain for this stat. So that's the video, guys. I hope you enjoy. Make sure you look. I want us to highlight these things, yeah? Highlight these things and leave a comment on the next video. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I was wrong in certain areas. Let me know if you think I was correct. Just leave your opinion. Just leave your comment. Join in the community. Let's just have a discussion about what we think the match might be on the weekend. Now, the outcome, I believe that we're going to win, I would say 3-2. I believe that's going to be a high-scoring match, right? And I believe that we're going to win 3-2. So that's my prediction. Let me know your prediction. For this season, I can't see any team that I'm scared of. Even if we play Real Madrid, I'm not scared of Real Madrid. My scorelines are always going to be positive because I've got a positive mentality. I've got a positive mentality when it comes down to lifting both titles, Prem and Champions League. So catch you in the next video, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Help me on my journey to 1,000 subs. Goodbye.